Today is Sunday, June 13th. It's about 9 o'clock and 88 degrees. This week we are supposed to get up, I think on Wednesday, to 115. So I just wanted to show the elephant ears. There's some canna. These little antennae are looking so pretty. I have one of those light pink and yellow antenna, and I do not like those. I did weed this last week a little bit too. Those are so pretty. Those are the silver wave petunias, and they look white, but they also look lavender, like those are silver wave in the bottom pot. I need to trim them. Salvia. It's supposed to get up to 102 today, I think. And then, woohoo! I've got my bed. The stuff that's on the sidewalk is preventative for cats to get in that bed. We have so many cats in the neighborhood, and they think I make them boxes for them to go potty in, which I do not. But anyway, I've got a zucchini, 2 black-eyed Susan vines, and a coleus that I got at Costco the other night. I thought it was so pretty. I think that's gorgeous. And this doesn't get a whole lot of sun, so it'll be interesting to see what happens to the zucchini over here. But I'm looking forward to it. Never planted anything over here because we had a huge red tip photinia over here for years until it got diseased. Coolers are running. I saw at Home Depot all of these. They had a lot of, well, mine aren't like that, but mine aren't as much like that, but they're chocolate colored leaves. Really pretty. There's a hibiscus. And this palm tree's in the headspace. There's another one. And then you can see these are getting big. I'm thinking that these sky pencils probably have a specific time of year that they get growth on them, maybe spring or fall or something, because they're about the same. I put that pot on the brick there because this one gets afternoon shade at a certain point, like at least at 5 o'clock at night. That one over there gets sun up until the sun sets, and it was cooking it. So it's my pomegranate tree. Also kind of pretty. I trimmed those back a little bit. That calibraco is actually doing quite well. Oh, we'll go over and see. This coleus is doing good. And then this is my cinnamon basil, so I'm really pleased to have that coming along. Tonight, I hope, if I feel as good as I did last night, I hope to be doing the pots around the bridge. These are Silver Wave petunias, so are those. I took the calendula that was over in the garden and I cut it back and I stuck it in this pot back here because it's shaded most of the day. So I cut it back severely and then transplanted it over here, hoping that it'll just kind of wait out the summer. I think it's a cool weather flower, so I didn't know what else to do with it, and it is a perennial, so I didn't want to get rid of it. You got the stage flowers too, I guess. Never really thought about it before. That calibrachoa is not looking too well. And like I say, everything around the bridge I want to pull. I've got my projects this coming week are to do this bridge stuff, get the salvia into different pots, and plant my cinnamon basil in here. These are pretty. It's like really nice. Not anything on the Cape honeysuckle, but that's because they usually bloom more towards the end of the summer. Those little red lantana at the end there are looking pretty nice. And I can probably cut back my lilies. And my gladiolas are starting to bloom. Getting some color on them. And then the cool thing is there's my agapanthus. I wish there was more than one that was blooming. Sad. Looks like I've got 3 gladiolas that are, no, 4, 5. Yay. I planted an okra here. That's okra seed. And it came up. Not really what I wanted to put in there, but I looked for these at Home Depot and they don't have them. They're gazanias. I don't know that my transplant's gonna make it. I transplanted another little Mexican sunflower. But that bed's coming along pretty good. These petunias look kind of paltry, whatever. I have that up there, the bed up there. You can see the sun's hitting it tremendously. Peek in it. I did pick some patty pan squash, and then this is one vine, I believe, and it's just going nuts. There's a spaghetti squash in there. It's getting big. And there's some more patty pan in there. So, and then I've got some cucumbers. I have one that's almost ready. And then there's a spaghetti squash on the end there that is struggling. There's a spaghetti squash too. I've been happy to, there's a spaghetti squash. I've been happy to have this. Tomatillos are, I don't know. They don't look healthy, but I don't really see bugs in here. It's probably just lack of water or very dry. Goji berries have some blossoms on them and getting some berries. And then this is a cantaloupe. So all of that back in there, it came out of this pot and then wound its way around this one. I've decided I'm going to take the strawberries out and plant something else. Oh, this is it's wrapped its way around the trellis and starting up. That's a black-eyed Susan. So that's exciting. There's my butternut squash, and there is a bean in here. And then there's beans all along here, noodle beans. And what do you call it? Zucchini. It's a huge zucchini. It's got a couple of zucchini on it too. It's sad. I want to enjoy my garden, but it's just too hot to leave them uncovered. There's the okra. They've finally started to shoot up. This is a black-eyed Susan, 2 of them that are gonna go up this trellis. And then there's one that I planted back here that I hope goes up that trellis. This is a spaghetti squash. I don't think it has any fruit on it yet. But it's looking healthy for the most part. And then there's kabocha squash in here. And I don't think that any of those... Ooh, look at how big. These are supposed to be mini. So the fact that that flower is so huge surprises me. Oh, I don't know what kind of tomato that is. It was a volunteer. This is a zucchini as well. And then I'm starting to get some red tomatoes. There's one back in here. And there's an orange one. These things are huge. They're the size of apples. A lot of them are. So I'm excited about that. This is still producing. These are the 4th of July tomatoes. And what did I want to say about them? I think that they'll probably be spent sometime in July. And then I'm going to pull those and plant something else. I'm going to do a lot of succession planting. There's this plant bounced back, so I'm really pleased that I got this eggplant. That's cinnamon basil. I've got some okra finally coming up in this bed. There's a little one right there. But again, this has been slow going. I'm gonna probably, there's, it looks like one that's gonna come up too. Or maybe that's the one I was showing. No, I was showing that one. Anyway, I'm gonna start putting more seeds in this bed as well. I want to fill this bed up. And it's been my bed that's least likely to grow this year. There's a zinnia. I planted a semi-dwarf zinnia where the calendula was. Some nasturtium. Here's all my basil, and I want to start picking out what's around the red vein sorrel because I want it to have a chance to grow. I planted a zucchini here last night. I got a cucumber off of this plant yesterday. My lemon squash is doing better. Not so much wind this week. Here's some beans I planted just at the front of this because I planted that so far to the back. I didn't want that tomato plant coming over the sidewalk. So I planted all of them towards the back, and that one was the slowest growing. So I thought I'll stick some beans in here too because we could have beans and tomatoes at the same time. There's quite a few tomatoes on this plant. That I believe is probably a zucchini. I've got some cucamelons in this bed. There was at least 4 of them, and then the rest is tatsoi. My pot blew, my little pot. So this week I want to work on the bridge, and I have some pots that I've got macrame hangers I'm building, and I'm going to hang them from those hooks there on the wall. And I don't know that I'll swap this bed out yet, but I do want to do something in here. My strawberries are not what I want. And I don't think this has got a... It's gonna bloom though at some point. My artichoke. That's kind of cool. Was there aronia berries? No berries, bushes. And then I think I showed the zucchini in here. So, oh, and that's how high my beans are right now. Noodle beans. Purple noodle beans. I'm really excited. That's my garden diary. Today is Tuesday, June 8th, and I got 4 4th of July tomatoes out of the garden and 1 cucumber. Today is June 9th, and this is what we got out of the garden. This actually broke off, so that's why it's harvested. It was up high on our block wall, and we had a produce bag around it, but it still couldn't handle the weight. So it's in the house now. And then we got 5 4th of July tomatoes. Today it's about 9 a.m. and it's about 68 degrees, which is cool for us. So we've got a few days of cool weather before it goes back to the summer heat. Today is June 10th, and this is what I got out of the garden. It's like 5:30 in the morning, and it's 63 degrees. It was actually kind of chilly out. I got a cucumber, and then I got 6 of the 4th of July tomatoes. And I noticed that one of the tomatoes I got yesterday had a bird poke in it, and one today does as well. So The birds have found my tomatoes. Boo. Today is June 11th, and this is what we got out of the garden. 1 lemon squash and about 7 4th of July tomatoes. And I love these tomatoes. They're the early versions, while all the rest of my garden is producing green ones. And I will always grow these early now. I love them. They're very tasty. Today is Saturday, the 12th of June, and this is what I got out of the garden. 2 patty pan squash, a Space Master cucumber, 4 of the 4th of July tomatoes, and 2 lemon squash.